Welcome to Duke's United Show. It is the week of the Manchester Derby, and we are talking tactics with none other than Statman Cam. How you doing, Cam?
Yeah, good, mate. It's nice to be here. How are you?
I'm great. I'm really excited about the game coming, of course, because we haven't had a game for so long, and I'm fed up with international games. I just want to see the games back, and to have them coming thick and fast every single week. I'm just buzzing for it, to be fair. And obviously, what a game to start it off with. Everyone's been training. Everyone's been fit. Well, there's talk of Rashford been training, Martial been training. They're the two that I've been really hoping that could play in this game and would make a massive difference to us winning or losing. So I'm just happy. What about you?
Yeah, me too. I think Rashford and Martial, there were rumours they wouldn't be fit, but if at least one of them's fit, I think we'll be okay. So that's good news to have.
Yeah, exactly. Because you got the Anthony, you got Sancho anyway. So yeah, as long as you got one of the three, one to make up that third, it makes a massive difference. But yeah, we've got a few of the guys in the comments coming in. Evening, afternoon, Paul, Mary Stewart as well. I'm so nervous. I'm not painting my nails till after the game. And Martinez is a hard one. Says, let's trash shitty. Well, here's the thing. The latest news, as you probably know from the presser yesterday, he said Maguire was out. Ten Hag said Maguire was out. Rashford has been training and Martial has been training. Something that's still confusing me. I don't know if it's confusing you, Cam, but there was some kind of word that there's some kind of doubt. But I couldn't work out which player he's talking about that's doubtful. Is it Martial been training all week, then he's pulled up a bit? Or Rashford's been training all week, maybe light training, and we're still waiting to see whether he's involved? I can't get my head around it. What do you think?
No, I don't know which one it is, because obviously Martial's been out for quite a while. So if you look at it as obviously Martial's been training all week, then maybe that means he's fit for the weekend. But he's been out for longer, so maybe he needs longer time to get back to full fitness. Rashford's only been out a couple of weeks, so maybe it's... But then again, he's only been back one day, so I don't know. I don't know if... Can't really tell. I mean, hopefully at least one is fit to start and one can play the last 30 minutes or something. That would be nice. But yeah, I can't really read too much into it. I can't really tell what's going on.
Yeah, well, sharing 45 minutes each, no problem for me. No problem.
Yeah, that's fine.
The reason why I've left this little comment on here is because obviously you guys must know by now, James has started his own channel, Football and Fitness. If you want to get fit, jump on his show. If you like Man United, jump on his show. So yeah, they're the two things. Yeah, the guy, Cam's just done a preview as well on his show. So have a look at that as well. Yeah, and then we'll see you guys after. Good to see you, James. Good to see you on here watching anyway, and I'll be watching yours too. We've got a few more comments quickly saying big love, thank you. Legends on view. Right, so we're going straight into it though, because obviously it's a massive game. Man City are the pinnacle of what we all want to get to. Ten Hag has been a manager and been assistant for him as well, looking at all his stats, and kind of has a similar kind of tactics and the way he sets up. So how can United set up, given the players that we've got and the way we've been playing so far? We haven't really got to that stage yet where we're able to control the game, keep the possession. So what do you think he's going to do against City this time to actually outsmart Pep?
Yeah, so I think obviously with Ten Hag and Guardiola, there's a lot of similarities, a lot of things where, in theory, they look at football a similar way. Obviously, they both like to have the ball. They both like to press pretty aggressively after they've lost possession. And both coaches sort of want a lot of technical players in their teams. But there's a lot of differences in how they carry it out as well. So I'd say with Guardiola, he likes to sort of obviously dominate the ball. It's not just have the ball to try and score, it's dominate the ball first and foremost, then the chances will come. Whereas Ten Hag, from what we've seen so far at Man United, but also at his previous clubs as well, he seems to be more focused on, whilst you've got the ball, be incisive quickly, be really vertical with what you're doing. Whereas Guardiola likes to stretch the pitch, make it as big as possible, side to side, circulate the ball until a chance comes to get the ball in behind and try and create something to score, to finish it off. So obviously with that, Guardiola likes to have his wingers on the touchline really wide, maximise the spread of the pitch. And Ten Hag, by contrast, has it really narrow. So the emphasis for him is trying to sort of stretch teams vertically rather than side to side, because we're so narrow. But that's what we've done so far this season. But that also is really a perfect setup for this game in terms of what being narrow allows us to do is it means that when we do lose the ball on the attack when we've got it, because there's players around the ball in those sorts of areas, we should win it back really, really quickly. So what it means is that when we have the ball, which won't be a lot of the time, but when we do have the ball, if we can keep it for 2, 3, 4 passes, create one chance, if that shot gets blocked, that cross comes back out, we'll win that next ball, we can have another chance. We'll get wave after wave of attack when we do have attacks. But again, for a lot of the game, we will be sitting in, we will be defending. I think we know that we can say that already, can't we?
Yeah, exactly. And that's the thing. It's I'm looking at it from a point of view as if Martial or Rashford and Martial and Rashford play, I think we got a totally different chances of winning this game. I think we can actually win the game if them boys are playing. Now, if they're not playing, I feel like we're going to struggle. I don't know what it is. I think, like, if you've got Cristiano up front, even though he's the potent striker he is, he's not got the pace to stretch this team. And I feel like that's the way we've got our joy against City in the past. And we need to have three-pronged attackers that can all pace out players, because we all know Kyle Walker can take care of one, but he can't take care of three. So that's what I'm thinking in my mind. Are you along the same lines?
Yeah, I agree. I think, to be honest, I don't think there's any chance Ronaldo starts this game. I think if Ronaldo isn't fit, if Martial and Rashford aren't fit, I think we go plan B altogether and we try, rather than setting up to try and attack and win the game, I think it'll be plan B. We put Fernandes as a false 9 and then we bring Fred into midfield and tell him to man-mark De Bruyne for the whole game and just try and stop him getting anything to Haaland. So if that happens, by the way, we are guaranteed to lose. There's no way we're
we're not about to say that.
But I think if Rashford and Martial aren't fit, we're in big, big trouble.
Yeah. So you're thinking like me, exactly the same as me. I think most of us in the fan base are thinking the same. You can't go and try and stifle a City. You've got to go and counter them, like sit there, stay compact, and then somehow when you win the ball, take advantage of them overloading you. And with our pace, we will be able to do that. Without pace, we won't be able to do it. So we're going to concede anyway, and then we won't score. So Martial and Rashford, the difference between us getting goals or not getting goals, meaning winning, drawing or losing. But again, I still believe it's going to be a draw in the end. I actually got a feeling it's going to be a 2-2 draw. But as saying that, I still think we can snatch something if Martial and Rashford are both playing.
I see it.
It's just there. You just got to see the starting lineup. Then I'll be more confident about what's going on. But you've got what we got here. Who starts up front, lads? And is Rashford fit? Well, the first question then. Rashford is fit. He has been training. But like I said, I'm a bit confused about the interview on Friday. I don't know what he means by one of these. He said something which made me think that somebody is still doubtful. One of those two. As we know, Martial's been out for over a month now. Rashford's been out since the Arsenal game, and good job we haven't had games, because he would have missed them all, because he did get a muscle injury, which I saw him holding at the Arsenal game. So yeah, I'm not sure if Rashford's coming back now and he needs a week to get strengthened up, or Martial's coming back and he needs a little bit longer. I'm not sure, but we'll see tomorrow. So who do you think starts up front, Cam? If everybody's fit, who are you starting up front, considering the amount of time out, the injuries, the play, everything? Considering everything, who's your starting three up top?
It's really tough, because I think for any other opposition, I go with Sancho, Antony, and Rashford up top through the middle, probably. But for City, I think Sancho, although he's been in really good form, he's been really composed in front of goal in big games recently, which is obviously we do need. I think we need that explosive pace, as you mentioned. So I'd start Martial through the middle, because he's sort of the glue that binds it together. He can hold up the ball, and then get Rashford and Antony on the wings would be my. If everyone's fit, I'll go with that. I think the key thing really, though, is that sort of structure City create when they're attacking. They create that structure with the two centre backs, and they've got normally Rodri and Kyle Walker. That sort of box they create around the striker or whoever the opposition leave up. And it's that ability for the player that's inside that box to be able to get out of that box, down one wing or the other, receive the ball, travel forward, and retain the ball whilst his other teammates get up the pitch. If you can do that well, Newcastle did it brilliantly, and that's why they were able to have a really good performance. If you could do that, that's the key to beating City, really.
Yeah, to be fair, that's true. You do realise Sancho was the one who scored the goal against City the last time he played. So I'm wondering if he's going to stay in the side because he's been scoring as well. He's been on form. But you're right. Probably the best starting lineup would be that. But considering all factors, I can't see how he's going to start Rashford and Martial this game because they've both been injured. I can't see it.
Agree. I think one of them will start and one of them won't.
Yeah. So I can see them two both sharing a game, and I can see Sancho starting, and then here's another thing. If Rashford stays on the field, if let's say he started because he was the one who'd been starting and been playing, and it's not really been any game, so really naturally he should be coming back in. So I would expect Rashford to start and then Martial to come on, just because you've got to be a bit more careful with him as well. He's been out for so long, and we've got so many games in this month. It's ridiculous. So we've got to really give him some cotton wool, wrap him up as much as possible. And then Sancho, if he's tired, not tired, if he's having a quiet one like we do, we know he nips in and out of games, then you can throw Martial for Sancho and then move Rashford over. So you've got some options there. And so, I mean, I feel like we're potent. And just going back to that, remember when Martial, Rashford, and the man who you can't name had more goals than Man City and Liverpool in that whole season. They were potent. And I think two of those three are unbelievable. And now we've got Anthony or Sancho to join that. So I think we've definitely got enough to hurt them big time. We've got here, Haaland is not human. We're going to get onto him in a second. I'd be happy with a draw. And Arsenal won again. Yeah, we know Arsenal won again. But, oh, well. Yeah, I know Tottenham didn't really put up too much of a fight. They got absolutely slapped, to be fair. But, you know, let's just worry about us winning and catching up City now, Arsenal now, and not having City and Arsenal running away with it, playing identical football. It would be nice to have them two in the top positions. So, yeah, Keris Martin says evening. So we move on to the next question. I know we had how can United win? We've said that. We've gone through that a little bit. We've got them. You know, how can we stop Haaland? That's the question everyone's asking. People are talking about Martinez versus Haaland. You know, can he do the job? Or he's too. Them words are coming out again. He's too small and Haaland's too big. But they're forgetting it's not a boxing match. It's a football match. So, you know, the game's played with the ball. So, please talk to me about how you see the Martinez, not even Martinez, how you see us stopping Haaland as a team and stopping the rest of their players as well, by the way.
Yeah, I think the biggest problem with Haaland is that it's not like he drops deep quite a lot to link up the play. He doesn't really do that. So obviously if he's doing that, even if he's a bigger player, if Martinez is more aggressive and can just nip round the side of him, he can nip in and try and win it. But the problem is because he's so aggressive and he's always trying to run beyond the last man, beyond the last line, there's not a lot you can do as a defender. Like shoulder to shoulder, he's going to beat anyone. Even Varane's getting shoulder to shoulder.
Yeah.
Martinez, the only hope really is Martinez maybe sneaks under his arm or something and just gets him all away. That's the best bet we got. Maybe being small is a good thing for that, but in the air is a problem.
Yeah, it's a nightmare. But I can see, you know, look, these kind of players are unplayable players. So you have to just reduce their time in the danger areas. That's it. You have to stop what's going to him before it gets to him. That's just how it is.
Exactly. And, that's why I thought if we haven't got Martial or Rashford, then we try and sort of stop the supply by putting maybe Fernandes false nine and Fred in midfield as well as Eriksen and McTominay, and just tell Fred as your instruction, sit on Kevin De Bruyne. Do not let him get balls into Haaland at all. But yeah, that's too negative. You can't be going into a game with Fred trying to just take out De Bruyne. It's not. Firstly, it won't work because De Bruyne is too good for that, and secondly, it's too negative, stops us attacking. But that's probably the best way to stop Haaland, but I don't think it will work. So yeah.
It definitely won't because they've got too many other players. It's like you stop De Bruyne, you don't stop Foden. You stop Foden, you got Mahrez. You stop Mahrez, you got Haaland. You could stop Haaland, Gundogan comes on. Gundogan, you know, you stop him and Silva comes on. You can't do nothing. Like there's no way you can say stop this guy and you stop City. Stop City and you stop City. That's the only way you stop City is stop them all. And that's very, very difficult, as we've all seen. We got to hope that they miss chances and we take our chances and we limit them to as little amount as possible. That's the only way. And the first thing, which is crucial for me, we have to get the first goal. We have to get the first goal in this game. And then I think we will win it. I know it sounds cliche, but it really is one of them things that if you do get the first goal in this game, then they can have the ball. They can have it all at the back, move it. But imagine you go 1-0 down and they're just keeping it. You're in trouble. You're just in trouble. Then you're going to be forced to stretch yourself. And then they're the ones who are going to hurt us more. Now, if we get the first, they'll be stretching themselves, trying to beat us like the way they normally do. And that's playing right into our hands, as Pep has always done. And he continues to do. I don't know why. But yeah, let's let it keep coming. Let's let it keep coming. We've got a few more comments here. It's got Benny saying we can win by stopping De Bruyne. That will stop Haaland. Like I said, I'm not sure about that. People Baggins says, I'm staying up all night and watching old Derby games. I won't be able to sleep. Look, just play new FIFA all night, wake up late in the morning, and then the game's nearly on. That's what I'm about to do. I've got new FIFA. I've got to learn the mechanics and start beating up some guys on FUT. I don't even really play FUT, but this year I've got to get better than I was last year. I was good, but I need to be even better. I don't know if you play. Cam, do you play?
Yeah, of course. What
FIFA,
console do you want?
PS4?
Nah, I'm on Xbox.
Why? You know what?
Console.
Throughout my whole career, I bought PlayStation and Xbox just for Xbox friends. Nobody had FIFA on Xbox. No one. So the last years, I decided I ain't buying no more Xboxes just to play anyone. And then I speak to the last maybe 3-4 people. They're all on Xbox. What's going on? Waiting.
That console.
Killer. Absolute killer. Pep is running scared. Smithy said, hi, guys. So, yeah. So, to be fair, look. Here's another question for you, though, Cam. McTominay or Casemiro?
No, I think for this derby, you've got to have McTominay in. I think the way we're playing at the moment, he fits perfectly into what we need from that role. And look, this isn't to say in 6 months' time or maybe even less time, Casemiro won't be a brilliant player and won't be the key to our performances. But at the moment, McTominay's playing really well. He's doing everything you could possibly want from a player in that position. Yeah. And he's an important part of the team. I think there's no reason to get rid of him. And it's important to remember as well, like, we're not trying to have, I think James actually said this earlier, using James's words here. It's not about having the best 11 players on the pitch. It's about having the best team.
Yes.
And right now, McTominay is one of the guys that makes that happen. So you've got to keep him in the team.
Yeah. Katie's got similar thoughts as me as well. But this is the thing with me, yeah? I was looking at this situation and I was thinking, didn't he bring in Casemiro to play in games like this and control the games a bit more? Or are you going to say he's going to sit there, McTominay's still playing well, he deserves to stay in the side, and it's horses. You know what I mean? It's like there's horses for courses where Casemiro should come in a game like this because he's been playing for a few weeks now. We've been playing for a month. He's got used to the boys even more. We're going to play our first 11, and we're playing the best of the best, where we've got to be able to have players who can mix it with the best of the best in terms of in possession as well. So that's in my mind. I'm thinking, is he going to think along those lines, or is he going to think along the lines of McTominay's been on fire, can't take him out? Two sides there, and I don't really know which he's going to do, because I don't know him well enough yet, Ten Hag. But yeah, that is something that I'm thinking about, and I don't know if you thought about it before making your decision. But yeah, you've got Albert saying Casemiro can't play in front of McTominay. I haven't even liked what I've seen, though, by the way, Cam. I haven't liked what I've seen from Casemiro.
No, he's giving the ball away a lot so far, hasn't he? He's come on and he just can't. He's not adapted at all yet. He doesn't know what's going on around him. Doesn't know where his teammates are supposed to be. You see him looking up for passes that he maybe had, options he had at Madrid, but he doesn't have them now. It's going to take him a long time to adapt, and there's nothing wrong with that. Like, different players take different amounts of time, but until he's adapted, you can't be putting him in for a game like this. Because if he's giving the ball away against other teams when we're 3-0 up, okay, fine. If you're in the last 15 minutes, it's not going to be too bad. But you can't do this against City. He might be a good, like, he might love playing against City, maybe. But in this team, if he's giving the ball away, you give De Bruyne the ball, we're going to get punished.
And he can't catch him either. He won't be able to move. Something, I don't know. I'm a little bit worried. I am a little bit worried. It has been sneaking into my mind lately. And this is the thing. And I was speaking to Flex about it, and he was like, I'm not so sure. I'm not so sure we've got him at the right time, you know, because he might be like, you know, like when we took in Sanchez, he was on fire. He's coming to the end of his fire. It just came out and we bought him. And we're like, where's the fire? Like, what's going on? Why are you all wet? Why can't we light you up? What's going on? So that kind of seems like, I'm just worried that is going to be the case with him. I hope that it isn't, because I don't want to spend that kind of money on a player like that. But when he came on against the team in Europe. I can't remember who we played now.
Was it?
Sheriff away when he
Oh,
came
right,
on.
yeah,
There was one time he's passing it okay, but then there was one time where he went in and the player beat him, and then he was chasing back and he looked like he couldn't move, and I was like, "Uh-oh, you can't move. You saying you're 30 and you feel young, but you don't look like you're young." So I hope that was just a little something. You know, when you're shaking your head when you're running, I'm like, "Uh-oh, you can't get there.
yeah.
You can't get there." So I'm just hoping that that isn't the case. I just don't want. I'm just mentioning it now, just to say it. I hope it isn't the case. Just not fair to drop McTominay. 100% not fair. But at the same time, football ain't about fair, is it? That's the thing. It's whoever you need to play and whatever you need for the situation. I don't mind who plays. To be fair, I can see the reasons why each one of them would play. I can see. But the thing is, if I'm Ten Hag, I wouldn't play Casemiro because of that reason, but also because of the reason of I want him I want to see him playing in games where it's not so high risk, where he then is popping the ball and keeping it and we're looking on fire. If we can do that against the lesser teams with Casemiro in, then we can afford to try in the next big games with Casemiro in. But right now, the football that we're playing, we are very, very kind of comfortable with not really having the ball and attacking on counter. And McTominay is absolutely blitzing people. Whoever's coming through that middle is taking them all out and giving it to people who can pass. And that's what I want to see.
It's leadership as well. Like you can see that McTominay obviously has been at the club a long time. Obviously, English is his first language, so that helps a lot in terms of communication. And this sort of game, when there's going to be constantly players drifting in and out of zones and areas, you need everyone to be on it. Everyone's got to be able to communicate instinctively and without having to try too hard. So I think McTominay, he's worked hard throughout the season on that. You can see he's shouting at players in front of him, getting his wingers to track back, making sure everyone's in the right place. Bruno as well at times. So I think for that part of the balance as well, you need it. And it might be for that one that Casemiro's just got to get more familiar with his teammates. But again, it's another reason why it has to be McTominay here, really.
Yeah, 100%. That's what I would go with. Again, I'm just, you know what? I think in the preview I said I would have went with Casemiro. Now I'm saying I'm going with McTominay. I don't even know what I'd do. I was thinking maybe go with both of them because we might need to play two defensive, but I don't think that would make sense. You just invite more pressure and we'll be in loads of trouble. So we'll have, but it just won't be good enough. You need a mix of what you need, and I can see Eriksen and Bruno playing in this one for sure. And I think we'll have enough. We'll have enough to cause some damage. We will.
Yeah, definitely.
What do you think of Anthony then? So we've seen Anthony in a few games now, yeah. And here's something else I'm thinking about him too, but I'm not going to mention it till I hear what you got to say. Now, what do you make of his first few games, and what kind of player he is? Because at the moment, it doesn't look like the same, what I thought he was getting. Although he's done well, what I thought he was about, he hasn't shown yet for me. But I don't know what you think of what you've seen. What do you think?
I mean, look, he's not set the world on fire so far. It's not been incredible, but I think the big thing for wingers, really, as far as I'm concerned, is that you're not going to have a 10 out of 10 performance every week. It doesn't happen like that, but especially for attackers in general, but especially wingers now. But as long as you work really, really hard on the pitch,
which he does,
your pressing is perfect. Your defensive work is constantly there. He's always helping out Dallo. As long as that minimum standard's there, I don't mind if he's not setting the world light every single week, because as long as the minimum is there, it's fine. We've not had that minimum in recent years with Rashford and Sancho and Martial at times being really lazy. But with Anthony, at least we get that. So, he's not set the world light yet. He's not been actually that good with the ball, but as long as he's doing the basics and he keeps making, so we've got the defensive side, but the off-ball side when we've got the ball as well, making the right runs and stuff, he seems to be doing that. So that is helpful as well. I think as long as he does that, it's okay.
Yeah. Well, for me, I was looking at it going, is he a player that wants to get it in isolation and take his man on? I've not seen him do that yet. I wonder if he's getting used to the league, thinking, you know what, I ain't taking him on yet. Let me just feel out all these players. Let me keep the ball and be safe at times, but also show a little bit of my flair. I want to see them flicks around the corners and getting on the end of the other side and little 1-2s and then getting his shot off, cutting inside. That's what I need to see from this guy. And I believe, like you just said there, the defensive side on point. He is proper high intensity, getting back, defending, mashing the guy up, and like, come on, and what? You can see he gets like, like pride out of making sure he helps the team defensively, and that's exactly why Ten Hag wants him in. And I just feel like we haven't really put him in their positions. But the good thing is, other teams are scared when he's one-on-one, so it leaves the pitch a lot more open. They're coming over to double team. So that's another thing. Even if he doesn't do something, if he makes use of that ball and plays it into a Martial, into a Sancho, and then you can see some stuff going on, then he get on the end of it again because they've like kind of turned away from him and gone to try and double team someone else. That's where we're going to get our joy. And that's why I believe three-pronged attack that are full of pace can't be stopped. It's impossible to stop. So yeah, that's what I think of that. You got Beeple bagging saying, I'd play McFred. We need to stop balls through to Haaland. I don't think we need to play McFred. That means you're losing Eriksen or Bruno. I can't see that happening. We don't need to play both of them, to be fair. I'm so nervous, Bozoroyal says. Yeah, here's another question for you. Yeah? I've been doing it on FIFA a lot. And I've been putting Sancho through the middle. I've been putting him in the hole because his close control, his close dribbling, his 1-2s. He can finish when he gets in there. Very, very quick, very good. And I feel like if we had Rashford on the left, Martial up front, Anthony on the right, and Sancho in the hot, it would just be ridiculous. Like, I'm unplayable. When I play with them boys on the game, it's unplayable. And it just gives me ideas in real life. And I'm thinking, you know what? I hope this guy gets a Cam position one day. Cam, what you say, Cam?
Yeah, I want to see it. I want to see it. It's it'd be brilliant. He's everything you want from a player in that role. Sancho's got everything. The one thing he probably hasn't a little bit, he lacks a little bit, is maybe defensive work. But in terms of going forward, he can do everything. He can be on, and he can, because he's played on both wings as well. He can operate the entire width of the pitch. And he can do all of that. I want to see him get a go there. It'd be fantastic, especially when Bruno's not been in his best form. Give him a go. That is an exciting front four to watch, isn't it?
Oh man, that's everything. That's now pace in behind the hole, pace up top, and an ability to play intricate play. Keep the it's just gonna. And he loves it in between the lines. He loves playing and like jinking everywhere, like back forth, left, right. He loves that. And I just love it when he lures people in. 1-2s get around him. He's got a one-on-one, and he just plays it to someone open. I can just see it happening. I can see it. Albert Higginbotham says, "Good idea. I'm playing FIFA all night." Hey, listen, if you're on FIFA, if you're on PS4, get at me, guys. Get at me. I even put my name in there. There you go. Get at me at Djukovic. That's what I'm called. There was a time when we was playing at our clubs at Wigan, and everyone started getting Ovic at the end of their name. So they was all calling me Djukovic. They called everyone else. Everyone else had an itch at the end. So I've been using that name since then. So yeah, we stand little chance against City. Transfixed, great chat. Obviously, that's my name, guys. So add me and just give me a message that you want to play me at FIFA, and I will take you to pieces. Anyway, I am going to talk. I'll wait until I'm good, and then I will play you. I ain't playing you yet, guys. I ain't playing you yet. But Cam, UV legend, as you know.
Cheers,
he's
mate.
the man. Cam, what are you telling me is actually going to happen this Sunday, tomorrow, 2 p.m.? What are you telling me? What do you think? What do you feel in your bones is going to actually happen tomorrow? What's your prediction and scorers as well?
It's tough. I think I'm quite optimistic with it. I think 3-1 United. I think there's a time.
Lovely.
I think it's our time. I think we've not played for a long time. 3 weeks now? There's been time to work on the training ground. Everyone's come back fit from international duty. I was so scared of Varane getting injured, especially, but he's come back fit. Malacia's come back fit. Martinez as well.
Yeah,
looking good. And for the first time as well, we can actually take the game to City. But I think more than anything, just tactically, the way, obviously with us playing a bit narrower, the way we can sustain our attacks means, I think, that when we do get chances to get forward, when we do get little spells of momentum, we've got a really good chance of turning those into goals. And obviously, you look at what City have got in their net. Ederson, great for sweeping and stuff. So if we're just hitting long balls in behind, eventually he's just going to start picking them off and just sort of playing great passes that split half our team. But if you start getting shots off against him, he's an open goal most of the time. So yeah, I mean,
he is
good.
It's weird, isn't it? He ends up letting goals in, and you think, oh, wait a minute, what's going on there? But yeah, something's happened to my Flossie. It says, hi, lads. I don't know what's happening with my touchscreen right now, but it's killing me. But yeah, so So you got 3-1, and who you got scoring then?
I think Rashford gets 2, and I see Eriksen free kick.
Wow. Okay. Nice.
Or
And
like maybe a free kick or a corner or some sort of set piece delivered by Eriksen. Either he
yeah.
scores directly or like he delivers it.
And for them, obviously, I'm guessing you're saying Haaland.
Yeah, I think so. Or yes. I was going to say maybe it's a rebound, but he just doesn't seem to. If it rebounds to him anyway every single
Yeah,
time.
and he's going to score for sure. He's the Hoover, in it. He's just going to Hoover anything up that comes in that box, and he's a cheat code anyway. He's a cheat code. He's cheating. I don't know what's going on, but like I was saying before, it's like when I don't know if you've ever done this, but a lot of people do this on FIFA. What they do is they go into the settings and they make their player massive, and then they make all the other players small, and then they do the like the free kicks and the corners and stuff, and they win everything. That's the way it feels. It's cheaters, man.
It's not even just that. Like they've made Haaland like just so much bigger and stronger and quicker than everyone else, and then they put the sliders on as well. So he's got like 100 everything, like shot speed 100, shot power 100, pace 5 million, whatever it is. It's ridiculous.
Well, okay. Last question. You worried about De Gea, both of you? For me, I ain't worried about De Gea. He'll just kick it. And he won't be looking to pass the ball around. And we know what he can do shot stopping wise. He's made the odd mistake, but come on, everyone makes a mistake. It's about, what you do, your bread and butter, what your normal, game is like. And I got no problems with him apart from with his feet. He's not good enough. And he doesn't come out and collect as well.
Catch any crosses. That's the other thing. We'd be a lot less worried about Martinez on crosses if De Gea was actually coming off his line and just catching everything, but he doesn't. Nothing. The number of times it was, what was the last game? It was one of the Europa League games, maybe Sociedad or something, whatever last game we played. But De Gea let about 10 balls just go right across the 6-yard box, did nothing about anything. It's just like
it's annoying. It's annoying, and we do need to upgrade now. We do need to start looking for someone who's going to come in and take the mantle off him.
The search is done. The search is over. Diogo Costa.
Okay. All right. And where's he at now?
He's at Porto. Brilliant keeper. Portuguese #1 now. He does pretty much everything brilliantly. He's a fantastic goalkeeper. And like, if we get him now, he's our keeper for 10, 12 years. And he can do everything you need to do in the game.
Right. That's enough. I don't even need to look no more. I ain't even looked, but you've done it for me. So yeah. Diogo Costa. Diogo. So Diogo Dalot and Diogo Costa.
Yeah, Arsenal got the Gabriels, we got the Diogos.
Yeah. So are we actually looking like we're going to get him, or is it just you guys thinking that he's a great keeper?
Nah, it's us thinking he's a great keeper at the moment. But I think there are some rumours that we might be in for him next summer, hopefully. So with a bit of luck, maybe he turns up well at the World Cup, and we'll see what happens after that. But I don't see where else he goes. None of the other big teams really need a keeper right now. So
yeah, to be fair, that'll be good then. That'll be good for us to take someone like that and to take first spot for good. And look, the game is coming thick and fast. I'm going to play some FIFA, burn some hours up. I don't know what you're going to do, Cam, but listen, it's been great to have you on. We're obviously going to be on after the game. We're going to be there for the match reaction 4:30. Cam, if you're free, feel free to jump on and have a chat and say what you thought of the game. And Obi-Wan Bissaka says, loving the show. That's another guy I'm going to be doing a show on, by the way. Him, Donny, I'm going to do another show on Martial as well. 3 shows, the case for these 3 players. I'm going to be talking about why I think these 3 players, it's not over for them. And that's what it is.
Good luck with the Wan-Bissaka one.
I know. It's one that's unfavorable thought about it, but I just got it in my mind, and I really feel something. I'm going to tell you about it in the video, so I'm not going to say
look forward to watching that one.
Yeah, but I really feel there's something there still that we can do, because defensively we know he's sound. It's the other side of his game that isn't that great. But anyway, I'm not going to talk too much. But thanks a lot for coming on, Cam. Obviously, I hope United win. Thanks a lot, everyone in the comments, for your comments. It's been absolutely amazing. If you loved it and you love what we're doing, make sure you hit that subscribe button and like as well. It helps us to continue growing. And obviously tell your friends about us as well. So, with that being said, peace out. and I'll see you guys tomorrow.